Yeah? 3 girls were killed by that kid in South. Look here. 3 girls were killed by that. Look here. 3 girls were killed by that kid in Southport.
It's an act of violence that shattered the peace of the summer holidays in a seaside town.
3 girls were killed.
BB King, Elsie Stankham and Elise Aguirre.
However, 186,000 Palestinians have been killed. Most of them are children. Do you see us burning every synagogue that supports the Israeli regime?
Another fire, another night of chaos.
Anti-immigration rioters attack a hotel in Rotherham.
Do you see us holding innocent people responsible?
Crowds clashing with police outside a hotel where immigrants are being housed.
Yeah, you don't. We're coming in peace. And imagine our anger. Imagine how we feel every day in Chechnya, in Syria, Iraq,
Usually, when you come in peace, you don't need to hide face. Maybe I'm dumb as fuck though.
Palestine, Kashmir, Mali, Libya, everywhere we see our children killed. We don't behave in a manner that you see these hooligans behaving in because they don't care for their girls.
If I go to my neighbor's house to ask for some butter, I come in, open face, say, knock knock, do you have some butter? If I go to my neighbor's house to steal butter, right, to break in, I put a mask on, boom, break in, take the butter. Am I wrong?
They're here for violence and they're here because they
I don't
hate
do that.
us.
You don't do that.
A black Christian man born in Wales killed them girls.
Axel Rudakabana is 17, British, born in Wales and of Rwandan heritage.
But who they're directing their anger at? They're directing it at Muslims only. Why? Why? Because their agenda is anti-Islam, straight up. This is our fucking country.
What?
And of Rwandan. Rudakabana is 7.
Christian man born in Wales killed them girls.
Axel Rudakabana is 17, British, born in Wales and of Rwandan heritage.
But who they're directing their anger at? They're directing it at Muslims only. Why? Why? Because their agenda is anti-Islam, straight up. This is our fucking country, not fucking theirs. This was my house.
I'm here to save the kids. The children have been murdered. There's been a massacre on the street.
They got the targeting little white girls all over the country. Let's call a spade a fucking spade.
It's like Russian roulette at this point. Which one's going to be next? No one questioned why BLM were out. No one questions why Palestine are out. We're saving the kids. We're stopping the boats. We're closing the borders. Look how mad we've all gone. This is real women. This is lionesses. This is the lion roaring. I'm not racist and I don't give a fuck what you say.
Then who's trying to kill our kids?
Policies that politicians put in place, yeah?
Stop the boats! Stop the boats! Stop the boats! Stop the boats!
Hold on.
They're calling us far right. We're not far right. We're all fathers and parents and children.
Is this true, chat? That people are going, well, you should never do that anyway. But they're after a group that doesn't associate with the person that did the bad thing. Is that what David K said last time? Apologies then. Guy in the mask seemed to have a good point.
Immigrants are coming in without paperwork. We're lying about their ages. We don't know nothing about the backgrounds, and that's what it's about.
We don't want to be branded far right. You know, we're here for the right reasons. I want my kids to know I didn't stay silent. Leave our kids alone.
It's about children that have lost their lives in this city, and we're passionate about that up here.
We're not racist. We've got Muslim friends. Our country has benefited from migration. However, it's just getting overwhelming. We're a very small island. It's become a security risk.
Religion means fuck all, lads. I'm not arsed. This is about people coming in. They could be Christians from Somalia or wherever, and they're fucking wrong-uns. That's what it is. We're letting wrong-uns in. This is not religious. That's bollocks. Fucking bollocks. This is about the wrong-uns they're letting in. You could be a Christian, you could be whatever. You're coming in, you've got no intention of fucking helping the country. You're here to cause trouble. You're here to take and thieve and steal. You're here to stay for nothing. So, unfortunately, that's a no-no.
There's 50,000 people here on an MI6 list, isn't there? Start with them, get rid of them, get rid of the people who are killing kids, raping kids, get rid of them.
Stop the boats, kick them out. There's too many of you here. You don't respect our country, you don't respect our religion. All you think about is Aisha, because she was 9 years old. That's what you're all into. Paedophilia.
Listen, there's a message for George Soros.
yeah? Britain will never fall. We don't care how many globalists, yeah? George Soros, yeah? You globalist scumbags, yeah? Import as many of them as you want, yeah? Guess what? Christ will prevail, yeah?
This world is so corrupt. Labour's supposed to love the North West, supposed to be for the working class. They've stabbed the real people who has got real concerns. They've stabbed a lot of us in the back. And we're supposed to stand here and let everybody call us right-wing and Nazis. I've got Asians in my family. I ain't racist one bit. What I am is scared of this government.
Chat, I'll be honest with you, the UK will never beat the bad teeth allegations. It's not gonna happen. Man, you guys got people on the front lines that are just fucking doing bad rap. This PR, guys, listen, guys, the British people in the chat, love y'all, man. Man, the people on the front lines right now are not doing you guys any favors, brother. 1 teeth. Guy at the back, 2 teeth. Other guy, 0 teeth. Fuck's going on, man?
I'm scared of this
Fix
government.
this shit,
We've now
brother.
got 2-tier Kia coming on the news and having the audacity to call the general public far right.
I utterly condemn the far-right thuggery we've seen this weekend.
I've seen all this coming. No one wanted it. We've tried to warn about it, and I'm still going to try and warn about it. I don't want to fight anybody. We don't want wars with Muslims. I don't think it's a good idea attacking mosques at all. I'm not a conservative either. I'm not an anarchist. I want a decent party that cares about the people. That's all we want. Every person, doesn't matter where you're from.
Okay, so if Tories weren't the answer, Labour wasn't the answer, who is?
Look, you know what? It's because we don't have free teeth care and everyone out rioting is poor as shit and been fucked over by the government. You know what? Apologies. Another apology today. My bad, brother.
I'm not a politician and I'm thick as pig shit, but I can talk to people. I've never been to school, I can only write my own name, but I've got an heart as big as a lion and I'll stand there against anybody for the sake of our country. People need to wake up against Labour. These are the rats. We're not racist, we're scared.
Everybody out there who's not acting and is not on this street now, get out there and act. Don't call yourself a man unless you're out here. Don't call yourself a man. Simple as that. You don't fight for your country. You don't push back the invaders. You're not a man.
If we don't fight now, it's going to come to our kids having to fight, and they're not going to win it. They're not going to win the fight. So I don't want the violence. We've got to try and do it peacefully. But this has to be the final straw where there's a clear message sent to those in charge that you either step up or you step aside.
Guys, are people invading illegally or are they immigrating through normal legal means? Both. If it's both, of course it's always going to be a mix. If it's both, I think attack each problem in and of itself. I think mixing it together, it's kind of bad.
Right now.
I was in Southport.
It's bad. Makes everybody look bad.
Police tried to keep apart a group of far-right protesters in a much larger anti-fascist counter-protest.
The media absolutely corrupt. They lied. There wasn't a single member of the EDL there. There weren't a member of the far right there. There was little girls, older women. There was older men. There was young men, middle-aged men, outraged at what the government's allowing to happen to us. What the government's allowing this cancer to do to us. This cancer that's grown within our nation. We need to stop it.
My children were abused by social services. Amazing.
Okay, I don't take it back. Yo, listen. Guy in chat, the apology I gave you a minute ago, I'm taking it back. Give it back. After seeing this atrocity, listen, I'm gonna need my apology back.
Police have covered it up. They've got a hidden grooming gang that won't be released to the public. Defund the BBC. The media are the lies. The media is the virus.
Much like at protests in the United States, a line of riot police who sustained minor injuries throughout the course of the day had formed a sort of demilitarized zone between nationalist Stop the Boats protesters and an equally sized counter-protest of mostly left-leaning Liverpool locals who showed up in person to confront a mob of who they believed to be far-right racist protesters.
They're all inbred. Yeah. They need a dentist. They're not interested in like children that were killed in Southport. They just want to cause a fight. We're a multicultural city, a city of sanctuary, and I hope they get lost.
Fire is unreal.
What do you think the solution is? Throw them all into the sea. That's what the chant says. Solution is, well, to get rid of capitalism and have a social society, and then these people will be catered for, not blaming it on fucking immigrants and refugees and what have you. They've obviously got issues because they've been let down, no dentists, no doctors, no housing, right? But that's not immigrants or refugees' fault. That's the fault of this fucking government.
Despite this frontline tension, it appeared that the vast majority of counter-protesters weren't actually interested in having a direct confrontation with English nationalists, and instead had organized their own rally at nearby St. George's Hall in support of migrants and refugees.
Refugees are welcome here. Oh, someone's just got married. Oh. See, this is Liverpool, and the far right is trying to threaten that.
A quick explanation, what happened in Southport?
Obviously, I mean, there was a horrible attack in which 3 children lost their lives. What happened since then was a massive lie about the identity of that attacker, which was, led by the likes of Tommy Robinson.
After
murdering and raping.
Whoa, the what?
Children lost.
What happened in Southport?
Obviously, I mean, there was a horrible attack in which 3 children lost their lives. What happened since then was a massive lie about the identity of that attacker, which was, led by the likes of Tommy Robinson.
After murdering and raping and pillaging 1,400 Jews, look how confident they've become across the entire West.
Of Lawrence Fox, of other far-right people online.
So an undocumented migrant decided to go into a Taylor Swift dance class today and stab 6 little girls.
Also the likes of Nigel Farage is complicit.
We will only stop this if we start deporting people that come illegally.
This led people in Southport, racists and far-right people, to feel emboldened to come out on the street and to attack a mosque that had no connection to the identity of the attacker. I think it's also important to say that even if the attacker was a Muslim or a migrant, or the things that they were lying about, it still does not license the far-right attacks on communities we've seen around Britain. So people around the country today are...
Hi guys, how's that question mark? That's just true. Like, if some guy does something hateful or something like religion-based or whatever the fuck he's doing, treat that person with what he's doing, his crimes, and treat that problem. Don't project that onto other fucking on collateral damaging other people that have nothing to do with this shit. That do their thing in the whatever. I don't know the words, like this. I'm sure there's the vast 99.999% of the other people that let's say Muslim, whatever. They do their prayer, they do their thing, they're chilling. One guy does something bad. Why make everybody look bad? That guy's a fucker. It's one guy being not the whole group being a fuckers.
They're actually protesting. I think, people here feel a part of something bigger. In Manchester, they got pushed back this morning. In Liverpool, we pushed them back outside the mosque last night. People who are here today are proud to stand in a multicultural Britain, and, the far right's trying to threaten that.
I don't think there is anything special about what's happening in the UK. I think it's a reflection of what's happening internationally, in that you've got a crisis of capitalism, living standards for, in society going downhill.
This is an L take, okay? Let's reverse the rules. Let's go and reverse the rules just one time. What place that that has some white people, right? But isn't majority white people, let's say, right? Or we'll make this about race for a minute, so just to crank it up the spice a little bit. Whatever. Let's say fucking South Africa or some shit like that. I immigrate, let's say, in some parallel universe, right? I do something really bad, right? And people say, oh my God, fucking white devils, weirdos, yikes, fuck them all, whatever. Do you think that that's fine for you or for people that live there that are white? Is that something that is fair for them? Absolutely fucking not. It absolutely is not okay. That's fucking bullshit. It's dog shit. I'm a fucker. I'm doing fuckery. Call me a fucker and call what I do fuckery. That's it. Don't put it particularly other people that just do their thing.
Just a general crisis of the system. Far-right groups, obviously what they do is they latch on to the deep anger that exists. They build in the most impoverished areas of the country, and they basically try and divert that anger away from class struggle against the bosses and against, first the Tories and now Labour. And they rile a lot of very young people up, young men up, with very toxic ideas, and they send them out.
Even if there's a pattern, listen, even if there's a pattern, okay, it doesn't. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Treat them as, and if it's illegals, okay, then fix the problem of illegals, not illegal immigrants that are also Muslim, because fuck all of them because of 1 or 2 or 3 of them did something really bad. No, if you want to say, oh, okay, let's fix illegals and do deportation. Okay, then fix illegals, not illegal Muslims. Like, what is this shit? Just fucking fix illegals. What about it?
About to go and attack migrant communities, you know? That's a real threat we have to take seriously. And if the left doesn't have a convincing alternative that's based around mass struggle, that's based around fighting back in that kind of way, the far right seeps in. You've seen it in France. I think the end game of these far right groups is obviously to just create a society where there's mass expulsions of migrant workers. I mean,
we need to tell those people the alternative march. We need to get truth through to them. And that's important. You know, it's all right, Steve. We're suffering the rages of capitalism. We're suffering the rages of, well, you know, if Tony Blair didn't go and cause a fucking war in Iraq, or at least support that fucking war, if we weren't selling bombs to everyone across the planet, those people wouldn't be being bombed out their homes and having their land just stolen from them because of oil, because of agriculture, because of water and everything else. They'd be happily sitting in their homes, most of them, and they wouldn't be running to anywhere they can possibly get to save their...
I don't know the historical value and background of these comments. I'm not gonna echo them or parade them. I don't know about it.
Children
I
being
don't.
blown
It's
to
complicated.
fucking smithereens. That's why, and I don't get it why people don't get that. If you have a problem with immigration, I'd have respect for you if you went out on marches and told the government enough is fucking enough. No more bombing or creating wars in other places. And if we are this powerful country, and you are genuinely these powerful politicians, take on these other fuckers across the planet and negotiate with them and create peace. It's not going to be easy, but you can at least fucking try.
Really, to tackle all these problems, we need to transform society to a social...
Fix global geopolitics by making peace. Well, these are topics that are extremely complicated. They're difficult. Like,
just one and create like a society where wealth is shared more equally amongst the people that create it, which is the majority of the working class people, you know, the capitalists who own everything. They pit us all against each other along the lines of like race, being LGBT, men and women, you know what I mean? Like we're all divided. So we're coming together. But more importantly, a sharing of like all of the wealth in the world will kind of do away with that sort of racism, and it's not an easy task, but yeah, that's why we're here. Like, yeah, people are obviously angry and they're all out together, so we want to like reach those people.
You know, it's a hard battle.
You know, I know it's kind of like big task, and I know it's not easy, but I think like, you know, like when we fight together, we can achieve like real change. Yeah.
Cool. You know, we need to build a new party.
Like count 12, other words count 8, phrases 0. Like what the fuck? That it just doesn't. What? I don't even know what.
And I know it's not easy, but I think like, you know, like when we fight together, we can achieve like real change. Yeah.
Cool. You know, we need to build a new party that'll like fight to defend the interests of working class people. You know, the fact that our NHS is in such a bad state, rather than blaming that on migrants, let's enter into struggle to fight back against the private companies that are making huge profits. You know, I think the real answer is class struggle, you know, uniting as a working class to fight for all of our interests, whether you're a migrant worker, British born, you know, it's about building that working class solidarity.
I believe in living in a kingdom that's good and true.
Shortly after the Stop the Boats protest and counter-protest both dispersed, threats were reported to have been made online by members of the right-wing English Defence League targeting a nearby mosque, prompting a standing army of Arab...
Say that one more time.
And counter-protest both dispersed. Threats were reported to have been made online by members of the right-wing English Defence League targeting a nearby mosque, prompting a standing army of Arab teenagers to assemble with the purpose of standing on business in the event of catastrophe. Well, not all teenagers, but mostly teenagers. In front of the mosque is where guest reporter Sanjay spoke to those youths at the beginning of the video, but there were also many other older community members who showed up to express support and solidarity.
We cannot translate racism in this country. We are poor.
That's perfectly fine. What? Even if reports are false, even the police and that don't even know if reports are false, or they have to act on it. Okay? If nobody is going to help or whatever, and you just want to be ready for people doing bad things, and then nobody does anything bad, then nothing bad happens on either side, and then what's the problem?
Totally against EDL and their principles and their foundations. They don't want any Muslims to be in this country. This country needs us. There's no...
What these people do here, brother, yeah? The police...
Yo. Relax.
It makes me feel angry. I get frustrated, but because I am Muslim, I have to be calm about this. You know, I have to be calm.
Allahu Akbar!
Takbir! Yeah, man, the soldiers, the lions of Allah are all out today.
Bring the EDL,
We've come to stand up against these EDL fascists that have come to our town and that are telling us that how their town's meant to be run when most of them are junkies, smackheads, crackheads, and they're not contributing to this community or this society. How are the government letting people like this come here and cause a disturbance? We've got to stand up to them. We've got to show them that we're not scared of them. We ain't backing down from no one.
It's fucking the low scum.
And then you've got officers like this here swearing at us, calling us fucking fannies and this and that, where he thinks he's bad with a bat in his hand. Put everything down, man to man. Arrest me after that, no problem.
Our minorities are looking after the country, and this is how we get treated.
Okay, well, now we're getting lost a little bit here. The goal is if the goal is to protect, and it's done in a way that they can stand or whatever, and nobody comes, fair enough. But if you amass a bunch of people, right, and then you break like peace laws, or whatever, just because it's stacking up and it's like it looks like a riot or whatever, then yeah, I mean police has to be deployed or whatever, right? But then your goal was to have peace, and you kind of had it at that point. I don't think anybody's coming in if I can do shit like it. So I don't really know why it's being escalated.
We don't deserve to get treated like fucking shit. Yo, we're fucking equal to everyone over here.
Why do you think race matters to them?
I don't know. They've got nothing better to do. They've no logic.
They're brainwashed. That's what it is. They're brainwashed. They don't know what's going on. They've got one leader called Tommy Robinson that they all go off.
While all these idiots have been rioting, they don't know Tommy Robinson has fled the country. So you're all out for the cause here, and the leader isn't even in the country. He can't live in his own country that he loves so much.
So is violence the answer?
Violence isn't the answer. Love's the answer.
Violence is not the answer. But our religion tells us to stand up against kuffars that are not merciful, that are zalims, that are kuffars. And that's why we've come here together, to stand together.
There's people like Jews that stand with us. There's Christianities that stand with us. There's Hindus that stand with us. Pan the camera, you can see thousands of us are here. We are protecting the mosques that happen in Stoke, in Sunderland, in Liverpool, in many other towns. But we're standing as one because we want what's right. We want peace. We are fighting for what's right.
Stay united, come together, protect your mosque, protect your families. If they are coming down to hunt you, to kill you, to trouble you, please do a self-defense. Defend yourself and defend your ideology and restrict them in your cities, in your towns. If you don't do that one, they will come to your house and they will chase you.
Channel 5 Live worldwide, Hollywood and Vine.
Fuck the authority, Channel 5 News.
Channel 55. We don't fuck with custers. And 5 is the best number.
Next question.
Well, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed our first ever Channel 5 video shot on the royal foreign soil of the UK. I think Sanjay, Graham and them did a great job, and I look forward to them shooting more documentaries in the future. Perhaps next time I'll even go there myself. And on that note, and I know I never do this, but if you have any ideas about what you'd like to see Channel 5 cover in either England, Scotland, Ireland, or...
Well, I'm quiet now. I mean, brother,
below.
like I said,
have a nice...
One person says something, that's what one person says. You can't fucking make a conclusion about everybody else. It's fucking stupid. Fuck. Well, guys, just like how we seen the LA protest, whatever, at the fucking, at UCLA, whatever, you're gonna see a bunch of people that stand for something, and 2 or 3 dumb fucks in front that stand for something else, and they portray themselves as standing for what other people stand for, right? And you do a bunch of shit, a bunch of charades, a bunch of garbage, make everybody look fucking brain dead. Unfortunately for you, okay, I'm not gonna say, oh, these are all bad. I'll treat these 3 fuckers as fuckery, and that's it. That's as far as I'll go. These 3 guys are fuckies. The rest, I'm not making conclusions about them. What about it?